Hello, this is Scott again. It's time to do some math problems with our new calculator. And the most important thing to remember is a calculator is of no use unless you know what calculations need to be done. And you want to use the calculator as the last thing you do. Get it all set up first and then use your calculator to make sure you come up with the right answer and the right units. When you look at a problem, the first thing you want to ask yourself is, what are they looking for here? And the first question is, Matthew takes a job which pays $6.75 an hour. If he works from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. for 5 days a week, how much will he be paid? So what they're looking for is how much money will Matthew make in 1 week. So what we're looking at over here, the answer we're looking for is an answer in dollars per week. Now what do we know so far? What did the question give us? We know Matt makes $6.75 in 1 hour. We know he works 5 days in 1 week. He starts at 7:30 a.m. and he finishes at 4:30 p.m. So the first question is, how many hours a day does Matt work? So let's get that set up on this computer. So it's going to be his finish time minus his start time. So if he starts at 7, there's multiple ways that you can do this. You can say he starts at 7:30, he finishes at 4:30. You can say 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. So that's 9 hours. Or you can do it on the calculator. Let's try that. So the one thing to remember about the calculator is you can do, he finishes at 4:30. But the calculator uses military time because it doesn't, otherwise you can see the difference between 4:30 and 7:30 is just 3 hours. But he works much longer than that. So he ends at 4:30, which is 16 hours and 30 minutes. We're going to subtract his start time from that, which is 7 hours and 30 minutes. This really should be in minutes, but the calculator will do it as the circles. So how many hours a day does he work? And that is going to be, let's try that. Let's clear it out. Remember, always clear out your calculator. Use the AC for all clear. Make sure you're starting fresh. So, again, one of the good functions on this calculator, so you don't have to count on your fingers, is you can do time. So 16, time function, hours, 30 minutes, time function, minus, what time did he start? 7:30. 7 hours and 30 minutes. And how long a day does he work? He works 9 hours and 0 minutes. So let's convert that back to regular time. So 9. Let's go back up here. So Matthew works 9 hours per day. Now we have everything we need to figure out the answer to his question. What we're looking for is dollars per week. So first thing we can figure out is if we can either look at how many hours he works per week, which would be 9 hours per day times 5 days per 1 week. 9 hours per day times 5 days per week. Or we could find out how much he makes in 1 day. If he works 9 hours a day, multiply it by $6.75 an hour. We'll figure out how much he makes in 1 day. So dollars per week. Let's get this set all up and do it all in one equation. So let's start with what we know. Matt works 9 hours per day. And he makes $6.75 per hour. So if we just do that, we can find out how much he makes per day. Let's try that real quick. Clear. 9 times 670. Delete goes back a second. 75. So Matt makes $6.75 per day, or $60.75 per day. And how many days a week does Matt work? Well, he works 5 days per week. Now, I know you're smart enough. You know it's hours per day and days per week and dollars per hour. And you probably won't write all these down because you can do some of these in your head. But if you start simple and get yourself good habits from the start, which is using units, when you get to the hard problems with lots of conversions and strange units, you'll make sure you end up with an answer in the right units. And that's the hardest part about math, is ending up where you want to end up. This one we want to end up dollars per week. So let's see over here. It works 9 hours per day at $6.75 per hour. So we can cross out the hours. So our first calculation, 9 times 675, will give us an answer in dollars per day. And that was $60.75. And then he works 5 days a week. And the days are going to cancel out. And we're going to be left with an answer in dollars per 1 week. So let's go back and try that. So we have our answer, 60.75 times 5, 303.75 is our final answer. Now what are the units? What does that mean? That's in dollars. That is how many dollars Matt makes in 1 week. Let's go back and look at the question. Matt takes a job which pays $6.75 an hour. If he works from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. for 5 days a week, how much will he be paid? And the answer is $303.75. And what do we learn from that? Matt works 9 hours a day at $6.75 an hour and 5 days a week. The one other question they could have asked us there is, how many hours a week does Matt work? If we did the equation a little bit differently, we could have said 9 hours per day times 5 days. Oop, that's a weird Y. Per week. Let's find out. The days would cancel out. Let's see, what's 9 times 5? Can you do that without a calculator? I hope so. But all cleared. But today we're just getting practice with our calculator. 45 what? The answer is 45. 45 what, though? The answer is 45 hours per week. Ta-da! So that's all the important information about this this math problem, this good calculator practice problem. Matt works 9 hours a day. He makes $303.75 per 1 week, and he works 45 hours per week. Thanks for watching. See you in question 2.